Chapter 2, first 10 verses of Ephesians chapter 2. So we come back this morning to our yearly series that we undertake in the month of January, a series on asking the question, what does God say about such and such and such and such? Now, we've been away a couple weeks from this study due to the ice storm a couple weeks ago, and then being out of town last weekend for a wedding. But we come back this morning to look at this series, to be in this series, so we can look at the topic of grace. What does God say about grace? If you remember a couple weeks ago, we introduced this series, reintroduced it, by saying that the series is meant to be a time for us to look at a topic, sometimes one that is a hot button issue, and hopefully is of interest to us. But we want to look at these issues and see, what does God say about this? So we've looked at abortion. What does God say about abortion? What does he say about homosexuality, about the use of alcohol, of tithing, of politics, and things such as that? So a couple weeks ago, we looked at the issue of what does God say about worship. And at first glance, that doesn't seem to be a controversial subject. But if you've been in a church for any amount of time, you realize it can be a very controversial subject. And I believe the same is true for grace. Now, if we've been to church for any amount of time, we recognize the word grace. We are familiar with the concept of grace. We sing it. We just sang it. Probably the most favorite hymn in all the church is Amazing Grace. We sing about grace. We pray it. We read about it. We teach it in Sunday school and Bible studies. We hear sermons preached on it. It's a very familiar word and a very familiar concept to us in the church.